Welcome to In the Library with
Marsha?
and Adrian. Today we have with us special guest.
Andy.
Welcome, Mandy.
That was really cute. That was really cute. Thank you for joining us today, Mandy.
Thanks for having me.
I only had to
So,
ask you 600 times, but yay, you're here.
why don't you give us a short background about yourself and what it is you do here?
How about what I do here? So I'm a cataloger, and I don't know, what do you want to know? So I catalog nonfiction and local history and the art for loan, and also the Battlefield Project. I do the boring parts that make it really easy for everybody to find their books.
Well, I was just going to say, catalog, it's library lingo. So why don't you explain a little bit what you mean by catalog?
So I put all of the stuff when you look up a book online, when you look it up on Encore, I put all of that in there. Not just me, there's me and three other catalogers. But so we try to anticipate how you might spell the title. Or, if you want to look up dinosaurs, we want you to be able to find the book on dinosaurs. So we want you to be able to find it if it's dinosaurs or Tyrannosaurus Rex or a Stegosaurus, like as many super detailed ways as possible for people to find the books that they want.
I love it. So you're behind the scenes, and I love that. I always say there's so many moving parts to this place that people don't even know about. So I love to have everyone from each department, a little sampling from every department, just to hear things like that. Because when people go to the library, they don't think about things like a collections department or a technology department or a maintenance department. They're just coming in and grabbing their books, and what they see is what they get. So I think what you do is very important. Obviously, we couldn't do what we do without you. So thank you.
Yeah, and we kind of consider ourselves, so we're not so much patron support as we are branch support. While we do help both, we like to help the branches as much as possible so that you can help the patrons that you know and talk to every day.
Yeah, support for the front lines. That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Right.
So a patron won't necessarily see you in a branch, Mandy, right?
Right.
You're hiding, you're just lurking.
Right. We're lurking behind the screen, behind the scenes.
All right, Adrian, we got some questions. He's got the real hard-hitting questions always.
As one of the people who funnels work to you, how much does my funneling work to you annoy you?
On a scale of like 1 to 10,
Yeah.
like only a 1. Like it annoys me very little. It's part of my job. It's actually really fascinating. I enjoy working on the local history projects because it's just fascinating.
Yeah, and I feel I'm with Adrian. I always feel bad asking for questions and asking for help, but then I feel like you just said you're our support, so it is great. I tend to come to you a lot for a lot of weird things too, Mandy. Even if you're not the one, I feel like you find me the right person that I need. So sometimes I start with you. Where would this be, or what should I do about this? So we appreciate that. We appreciate
And just to clarify for our listeners what it is that Mandy and I do, when someone makes a donation to the local history room, I have to go through the items and decide if they're worth keeping in our collection or passing on to the next likely location.
Right.
And once I've decided that we're keeping it, I pass it to Mandy. And then what do you do with it, Mandy?
And then I take all the details and I put it in a record so that patrons and reference staff can find them.
Yay.
And I bury it somewhere in the archive, never to be seen again.
Right.
But that's the beauty of cataloging it, right? You might not see it, but you can find it.
Yep.
I always say the library is the place where it's okay to ask for the answer or okay to look things up. So yay.
Have you ever subscribed to any catalogs, such as Sears or another?
Wow. Yes. It was technically for my children, but it wasn't my name. It was a Lego catalog and it was amazing.
I like it. I almost said that when you said you're a cataloger. I almost yelled out like Roebuck, and then I thought I am just showing my age. And
Right.
he went there.
Listen, I'm not afraid to own it. I'm old.
I'm probably older, so it's good.
So you do kind of a lot of other sneaky things. One of the things I was maybe going to talk about, if you guys want to talk about this here, that you also do really fun and thought-provoking and thoughtful quizzes and trivia and and I don't want to say I guess games and different things like that for staff engagement, I guess we'll just call it. I think that's super important because I think the percentage of people that participate and the connections that makes, because we're so spread out around the county, that it's really nice to I think it is a way to make us feel connected. Do you want to speak more at that?
Sure. I also think that it's really important. I think staff engagement and morale probably in my book is like top 10 of importance for people to be excited about even something silly. That excitement carries through. It carries through on your face. It carries through in your actions. And so I really do enjoy that. There have been times where it's been especially important during lockdown, during COVID, when we weren't working together, just to be able to have that little bit of connection, I think was very meaningful and important to everyone.
I love that. And that's
Plain
also,
fun.
I'm sorry. It's also important to kind of note here too that you also do fundraisers and things so that you can give away prizes that aren't coming from taxpayers' dollars, that you do fundraisers on your own. And so the staff kind of supports each other, both financially and with morale too.
Exactly.
And you're a wordsmith. You're one of my favorite authors.
I am with a pen and paper or a computer, not so much like actually out of my mouth, but we all have our strengths and weaknesses, right?
Oh my gosh, you can rock a rhyme, and I've been in those meetings with you where I've watched your mind spinning, and I love it. And I always love to read those emails. I think they're very clever and very fun and very engaging, and they really are a bright spot to the day when you're maybe sometimes getting sort of bogged down by the daily grind. There's something, there's a little fun little present every time, and
Well, something to look forward to. Yeah.
I love that. Adrian, what do you got? Back to you.
What's the weirdest thing you've cataloged?
The weirdest thing I've cataloged, like weird. How? The weirdest thing, maybe it's not so much that the thing itself is weird, but that it's not really a book, right? It's not like what people would think of. So I've cataloged Native American artifacts, arrowheads, and things like that. I've cataloged one of those machines that takes like your cassettes and puts it on a DVD or a CD. Those are probably the most unusual. Is that what you're looking for? I've done some really weird books, but
Just calling back to a previous podcast here, if I was to happen to submit a collection of hair that I may have acquired for cataloging, would you be able to catalog that?
absolutely.
I can't wait. I can't wait to check out Adrian's hair. And I don't mean like just check it out, look at it. I mean like bring it home with me. I'm going to clone you. I'm going to use your DNA and clone you, Adrian.
I'm not sure how I feel about this. Back to cataloging questions. Have you ever used a card catalog?
I have. I am that old. Yes.
Do you prefer card catalogs or the new computer catalogs?
112% the new computer catalogs.
Me too.
I have
Everyone
thought
has that.
often, I cannot imagine what it would have been like to catalog using the card catalog.
I still sometimes call it the card catalog to like students and stuff. I'll say, go look on the card catalog, and they're like, what do you mean? And I say, oh, that computer over there. I agree. And it's not a secret that I don't really like technology, but I have a love-hate relationship. So in this case, I love it too. It's so much easier to be able to help patrons too.
I can only imagine, yeah. Although I really secretly want one. It's not even a secret. I really, really want an old card catalog in my home. I think they're just beautiful and like just fun memories too. But
You can find them, but that's really trendy right now because they're kind of pricey if you do try to find them. Bedford has one that they've made into the seed garden,
which I think is fantastic. Yes.
Yeah, I like that. I like the idea of those two. They're really cute. Sheldon Cooper has one on Big Bang. I look at it every time we're in his apartment.
Yep.
Do you have another question, Adrian?
If you could turn into a vegetable, which vegetable would you turn into?
A vegetable? Man, I'd probably have to be like a sweet potato.
Because you're so sweet?
No, because I just love them so much. I'm like, I can like Forrest Gump a sweet potato all day long, right?
Yeah. I like fried sweet potatoes.
Yeah, sweet potato casserole, mashed sweet potatoes, sweet potato pie. Yep.
That's great. What about you, Adrian? What vegetable would you turn into?
A taco.
Is that a vegetable?
Maybe.
Has vegetables on it, I guess.
I mean, macaroni and cheese is a vegetable in the South, so why not a taco, right?
True.
I think the federal government declared pizza a vegetable once.
They did. And tater tots.
Now I'm
So,
hungry.
what are you reading?
What am I reading? I'm one of those people, I'm always reading multiple books, and I don't love it. I really would rather just read one thing at a time. I mean, the Bible every day, that's my first go-to. But I'm also currently reading, it's called From Darkness. Oh, I'm looking for it. From Darkness into Light. It's by a woman that I know, and it's her just unbelievable story about her journey in her life. It's just fascinating and amazing, and I'm so thankful that she is on our planet. She's just crazy. Her name's Angela Rogers. I'm still finishing up Unoffendable. I've been working on that for a while. It's just like, what would your life look like if you chose not to be offended? Got like 4 in the lineup.
I know, I'm always jotting down your titles too, because I love that. That
So
also,
with Lee, we're reading, would you rather go to Jurassic Park or Disneyland? And would you rather be a hippopotamus or a shark? So those are fun too.
I never even heard of those either. That's reminded me, I
Nice.
want to take a moment to talk about literary libations with librarians too that you do. I just recently did again. If you haven't checked that out, it's usually you can find it on either Facebook or our YouTube channel. And you can listen to assorted librarians, including Mandy, Adrian, sometimes myself. And we talk about the different books we're reading. And so that's a place where you could see Mandy's face.
You can see me all in my awkward, normal, everyday office room life.
I love it.
I hope this isn't too personal, but you do have a lot of yarn behind you, which our viewers cannot see.
Right.
They
Do
kind of
you-
literary
or
libations,
crochet?
though.
They can see it on Literary Libations, yes. I have filmed in this room. This is my office from homeroom. And the part in front of me, facing me, is my office. The part behind me, all the yarn, is my not office.
It's
I
color
love
coded.
yarn. I love textile arts. Mostly I crochet. I also knit, but I really love to make stuff and give it away. So
Is this a busy time of year for that? Do you make a lot of your gifts that you give away? Not
I
necessarily.
do not. I do not actually. My busiest time of year is probably January, February, March. Like
Okay.
after the holidays, things have slowed down just a little bit. I
And
have
you
a little
can
more time.
and you can knock some things out. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, great. One of the things this time of year, I was excited to have you on around this time of year because instead of the obvious reasons that we love Christmas, one of the other things is I know that you love the Grinch.
I love the Grinch so much.
Do you have a favorite version of the Grinch that you love, like the TV Grinch?
You know, I'm probably the most partial to the original TV Grinch, but I really don't dislike any of them. Like I'm not a Grinch hater. I love him in all of the versions. And I'm really excited because there's a new Grinch book. There's like a Grinch 2 for little kids. It's amazing. And I hear that there's going to be another new Grinch movie.
I just heard that at book club yesterday, and I didn't know about that either. I have a little quiz to find out which Grinch character are you the most like? Which character are you from The Grinch Who Stole Christmas? So, which Christmas movie do you prefer? Home Alone, Polar Express, Elf, or A Christmas Story?
Oh, Christmas Story.
Okay. I'm not going to hold you to these. I'm just going to see. When do you decorate for Christmas? Never. First day of December, day after Thanksgiving, day after Halloween.
Oh, day after Thanksgiving. I would do the day after Halloween, but my husband won't let me.
Yeah, I hear you. Which holiday drink do you prefer? Apple cider, hot chocolate, beer, or champagne?
Hot chocolate.
Okay. How would you decorate your Christmas tree? Now, this is going to be hard for you because I didn't think about this being a vision. Do you have, is it very like nothing on it, just very evergreen? Is it all matching with golds? Does it match with red? Or is it random ornaments that you've collected over time?
Well, I would like it to be all matching with reds or golds or whatever. Like I'd probably change it up every year. It's pretty random. Like
Okay.
it's kind of sparse, but also pretty random. So I don't know where that fits.
Also, which kind of present would you open first? One that has a Santa Claus on it, a stocking, one with just brown paper and ribbon, or one that has like an evergreen and fancy decor on the top?
Oh, I don't know. It's either the last two. I'd probably pick the plain one first.
Okay. Yeah, I was kind of thinking like mine would be opposite. I would save like my favorite one for last. And what holiday scent do you like the most? Peppermint, vanilla, pine, gingerbread.
Gingerbread.
Okay, nice. And what do you prefer on the top of your tree? Ribbon, star, angel, nothing.
Star. Definitely a star.
And which Christmas cookie flavor is the best? Chocolate chip, snickerdoodle, gingerbread, or sugar?
I couldn't possibly choose. I just, man, I don't know, because I really love a sugar cookie, but what if it's not the sugar cookie?
Yeah. What if it has anise in it?
Right. I'll go with the sugar cookie.
Oh, okay. That's a good. I thought for sure you'd say gingerbread since that's your favorite. That you tricked me. All right. Which kind of outdoor holiday light display do you like? All trees covered, candles in the window, old school multicolored lights on your peaks, or giant, like those fake trees that come down in strands?
Why isn't there all of the above?
I know. That's what I say. The first one kind of looks like all.
in the window. Like it's a really classy look, right?
I love that too. My neighbor does that. It's my favorite. We don't do that anymore. We tried it one year, but I love that. Which kind of ugly sweater would you wear? Rudolph, Santa, a Christmas tree, or the Grinch?
Oh, I'd have to go with the Grinch. Unless the whole sweater's green, and then I'd pick the Christmas tree.
Oh, now this is so funny because I don't feel like this is you at all. I got to the answer and the computer doesn't lie. It says you're the Grinch. It says I wasn't expecting that at all. It says you sometimes feel like you don't fit in and that you can make you bitter and ill-tempered, but all you really need is someone to show you kindness and your heart will go 3 sizes. I'm calling shenanigans on that because I feel like you're about as Christmassy as it comes. So
Yeah, but maybe I wasn't always.
well, there you go. There you go. Maybe your taste reflected that. All right. Well, thanks for playing that along.
Anytime. I'm always happy to play a Grinch game.
All right, Adrian, back to you.
Do you prefer cats or dogs?
Well, most of my life I would have said cats. I'm a little bit over them after having a grumpy cat for a long time. But I don't know that I'd ever say dogs either. Like, we have a dog, but he's a little bit crazy.
I hope he's not listening right now.
He's not. He's not listening right now. And I'm pretty sure that even if he was, he just hears, like, what the adults on Charlie Brown would say. Wah, 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 wah.
He hears snack, treat.
Snack, treat, right, yeah. Play. Can I say neither? I'm really not either one.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Is there anything you would like to share with our listeners about anything, about what you're reading, about your job, the Grinch?
Man, I don't know. You know what? I think that we work for like the best place in the world. We really do. We have like the best job. And just being able to, whether it's from like making it easy for somebody to find their book or find their movie or whatever it is they're looking for, or just making somebody laugh and smile with a silly email. It makes me happy to make other people happy.
I think that's true. That's been the general consensus of pretty much everybody who works here. I guess what are they going to say, right? Though they don't want to get fired. But I agree with you completely. You can kind of make your job, you can make this job however you want it to be. And again, I'm with you. Helping people, whether it's staff or patrons, is really, really rewarding for sure.
Definitely. I spent many, 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 many years as a kid in the library. I never once imagined that I would work in a library as an adult. And now I wonder, why didn't I ever think that was possible? Like, why did that not come to mind? But
you all might be surprised that I also didn't see myself working in the library. People still today, when they meet me, will say, wait, what? You work where? So yeah, that wasn't my plan for me either, but I love it as well. I'm glad for the roads that brought me here.
definitely.
I have a couple of Christmas jokes too. Adrian, you got another question?
No, go ahead.
Okay, let's see. I mean, you're also the jokester, so usually I steal your jokes and I share them around. So I thought, I'm going to give you a couple of jokes. Why do reindeer like Beyonce so much?
I don't know why.
Because she slays. What is
I don't get it.
What is Santa's dog's name? We just talked a little bit about your puppy. What's Santa's dog's name?
I don't know.
Santa Paws.
Pause.
And who is never hungry at Christmas?
I don't know.
The turkey, because he's always stuffed.
Stuffed.
Oh, and
I don't get it.
since you like gingerbread, what does the gingerbread man put on his bed?
Cookie sheet.
Yeah, cookie sheet. Is that one you use? Did I steal that from you? I've been
I
stealing.
don't know.
And the last one, what is at the end of every Christmas day?
Oh, why?
Yeah, the letter
Just
Y. What'd you say, Adrian?
One of my favorite things is at the end of every day, it's night.
My original answer was heartburn, but the joke answer is the letter Y.
Yeah. I think they're both right, all of them.
I'm like, what's at the end of Christmas Day besides heartburn and a nap? For me, it's the letter Y.
I don't get it.
We'll explain it to you later, Adrian.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else anybody wants to share?
I would like to remind all of our listeners the library will be closed on December 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 26th.
Oh, yes. Some holiday closures coming up. Same thing, too, for like New Year's. So you can always go to mymcls.com to go ahead and see the closures or to look for events and programs. or anything else that or books, right? Books that are cataloged by Mandy. You can search our catalog and find them.
We thank you for listening, and this has been In the Library with
Marsha
and Adrian and our special guest,
Mandy.
Yay!